We will begin lying on our backs. And if you do have blocks and you want to lay on the blocks, you can do that. Either way, start with the knees bent so that the sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of the spine, can settle. If you want to lay on your blocks, one block presses directly into the shoulder blades. Lengthen through the back of the head. Place your head on the second block. Palms rest facing up at like a 30-degree angle from your body. If it's comfortable to extend the heels away from the crown, you can straighten your legs. If that causes any discomfort, keep the knees bent, feet a little bit wide, and let the knees fall together. So the low back is supported and the legs can relax. We'll take a moment to check in with ourselves before we really get moving. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the quality of the breath in this moment. Notice if your chest feels tight or open. If the breath is short or long. If the inhales or the exhales bear more weight. And then we'll take a moment to intentionally deepen our breath. Bring the awareness to the diaphragm, that muscle directly below the ribs that facilitates the breath. And as you inhale, feel it expand downward. As you exhale, feel it soften back and spread wide. Next breath takes the awareness past the diaphragm, all the way down into the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. And as you exhale, completely soften into the support of the ground beneath you. Have a few more deep, long breaths, just like that. Breathing the awareness back down into the body and softening into the back body plane. Feeling the stacking of the bones and joints that allow the skeletal system to support us so that the organs and the muscles don't have to work so hard. This breath work is anti-anxiety breath work because when we get anxious, our energy goes up and forward into worrying about the future. So we're just taking it down and back into the body now. And then we'll do a quick scan through the physical body, from the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. Inhale and pull the awareness up through the legs, into the pelvis, the low back, the middle back. Notice any areas of tension, soreness, general discomfort. And as you inhale, breathe deeply into those areas. Gently open and expand with the in-breath. And as you exhale, completely allow tension to leave the body with the breath. The next inhale pulls the awareness up the torso, into the shoulders, the neck, and the face. Once again, noticing where in the upper body we're holding tension. And using the breath to bring the awareness there. As you inhale, breathe into those areas, making space. Invite fresh oxygen and blood to flow through those areas, bringing health, healing, and vitality. As you exhale completely, Consciously ask the body to soften, release, and let go. Observe how the shoulders settle and rest on the floor here. Noticing if one is held up away from the ground a little more than the other. If one hand is rolled in towards the pinky side a little bit more. That lets you know that that shoulder's a little bit tighter. And working with the breath from the inside out. Breathe into that shoulder. And as you exhale, consciously ask it to soften. Using this practice to gather information about what's going on in your body, about your tendencies and imbalances, so we can make adjustments to return to center. Lastly, check your mind. Notice where your thoughts are at. Notice the speed at which they're moving through you. Take a big step back from identifying as the thoughts and begin to witness their passing through the mind like clouds through the sky, without getting attached or carried away, without judging ourselves for what we're thinking about, but beginning to notice the habits and patterns in the way the mind turns, in the way we speak to ourselves, and then bring the awareness back and anchor it fully on the breath. Have a few more of those deep, long breaths down into the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. And as you exhale, soften back and spread wide across the floor. Remember that this stacking of the bones and joints in the back body plane is the alignment that we're looking for in all of the shapes. And then with an inhale, you can reach the arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And exhale, roll onto the right side body. Press down with the palms to lift up. And come to a comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes closed for just another moment and check back in. Building our connection to the shape from the ground up. Make sure that you are pressing evenly into both sits bones, that the pelvis is in a neutral position. So if it's tilted back, you've got to practice getting that lift up from the base of the spine. As you ground down through the sits bones, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head and the tips of the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders together, down, and center of the shoulder blades hug in towards the spine to fully broaden the chest. Being aware of the tendency to then arch the back and pop the low ribs out. Center of the shoulder blades into the back and low ribs, down and back. Finding that stacking of the bones and joints that brings a lightness into the body. And the focus of the class today is going to be on the alignment in the heart and shoulders. It's very timely that the classes have just where I am at in my alignment series in my classes have just synced up with the energy of the universe, right? The heart is the center of the energetic body, where the energy of you rises up to meet the energy of the universe. It's also the place from which we reach out and connect to other beings. So it's about finding this balance between all layers and levels of yourself, so you can be in balance and equal energetic exchange within your relationships, your communities. And right now, we are specifically being asked to look at how we can return to balance in our relationship to the earth. So while everything that is happening right now with quarantine and the coronavirus is bringing up a ton of like justified fear, anxiety, distress, it's our work through this practice to counteract that, to look for the opportunities and the possibilities, and to take action within our own lives on a daily basis to return to balance, you know, which is exactly what happens with the equinox. And now we're moving into spring. There's about to be a new moon in Aries tomorrow, which is like the energy of creation. And we are being invited to think about what changes we want to make in our lives, both individually and collectively, moving forward. Aries is a fire sign. It's my fire sign. And so we can utilize fire both in the practice and in our everyday lives to burn through the things that aren't serving us. We have a lot of time to go inward and to evaluate right now. We also use fire to kind of motivate us, like lighting a fire under your ass for like, what reality do you want to create? How can you make adjustments to be more in balance? And where do you have abundance in your life that you can offer up and share with others? All of this reflects the alignment and energy of the heart, where we have the shoulder blades hugged together and down on the back, creating the strength and the stability that we need to be open, vulnerable, compassionate, caring in the front. So this is what we'll think about while we practice today. With an inhale, you can stretch your arms up and overhead. And exhale through the mouth with sound. Good, clearing your body out energetically. We'll do that one more time. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. And then we'll inhale to prepare for the sound of Om 3 times together. So sound is one of the tools that we use in this practice to shake up, vibrate, clear out the places where our energy is getting stuck. And the yogis believe that stagnant energy and blocks, both physically, emotionally, spiritually, were what caused dis-ease in the body. So I encourage you to do lots of chanting and singing on this little staycation retreat we're all having. You can inhale deeply. And always pausing to feel those vibrations resonating through the body. Noticing where sound gets stuck, where the body constricts. Using all of these practices to gather information about our own imbalances. So we can again move to return to center. We'll do a pranayama to further facilitate this balance. We'll do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, to bring that balance to the sides of the body, hemispheres of the brain, darkness and light, individual and collective. And my daughter actually put a little sun and moon up last time I was teaching, which I really love, if you didn't notice. So you're gonna bring your right hand up by your face, fold the pointer and the middle fingers down. We'll be using the thumb to block the right nostril, the ring and the pinky finger to block the left nostril, alternately. First, just inhale deeply through the nose, lift and lengthen through the crown. Exhale, completely soften the shoulders together and down. Block the right nostril with the thumb and inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. One more round on your own, noticing if one side is tighter or open than the other. Remembering that the left side is the moon, feminine, dark, creative, intuitive side, and the right side is the sun, masculine, light, logical, analytical side. The next time you exhale through the left, you can release the hands down and return to the normal breath. Again, pausing to see if you can feel the effects of the pranayama on the energy in the body. And then with an inhale, gently open the eyes. We will cross the right shin in front of the left shin and close to the knees. Interlace the hands and bring them palms facing up onto the top of the head. So the weight of the top shin bone is crushing and massaging the bottom calf. And then inhale and stretch the palms up. Drop the chin down to the chest and use that as leverage to stretch the muscles between the ribs as you reach up through the palms. Keep the low ribs rooted down and back so we're not sinking into that hypermobile part of the lower back. Then with an inhale, keeping all that work, gaze up. Pull the pinky fingers and the thumbs down towards the face. And feel the shoulders come down away from the ears. The shoulder blades are connected to the hands through the bones of the arms. Neutralize your head and gaze for 3 more breaths. Each inhale drawing in and up from the floor to the core. Each exhale finding the softness down around the bones. Skin softens, shoulders and hips to the floor. Have one more big inhale. And exhale, release and turn to the right. Ground your right fingertips behind you. Left hand and right knee press together, answering one another in call and response. Activating the foundation. Press through both sits bones evenly and inhale from the base of the spine. Lift straight up through the through the tips of the ears and the crown of the head. As you exhale, roll the shoulders together down and into the back body. Notice what's happening in the neck. Make adjustments to keep it centered over the rest of the spine. As you press out through the palms, you get that leverage to roll the shoulders back. Have one more deep, long breath. And then return to center. Switch out the crossing of the legs. And switch out the interlacing of the hands. Bring the hands onto the top of the head, palms facing up. Elbows and armpits draw back and down. Inhale, stretch through the palms. Dropping the chin to the chest, gazing towards the abdomen. Cinch the low ribs and the hip bones together. Keep that as you stretch through the palms and stretch the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Inhale, lift your head and gaze. Exhale, pull the pinky fingers and the thumbs down towards the face. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Neutralize the head and gaze for 3 more breaths. Each inhale drawing in and up from the floor to the core. Each exhale, keeping all of that lift, but then finding the softness within the shape, that balance of effort and ease. With an exhale, release to ground the left fingertips behind you. Press the right hand and the left knee together. Both sits bones ground evenly, and from the base of the spine, lift straight up through the crown of the head and the tips of the ears. As you exhale, deepen the twist, pressing out through the palms to draw the shoulders together down and into the back body. Notice what happens in the neck. Often we drop the chin down towards the back shoulder. We want it parallel to the earth, in line with the sternum. Slide it back and then shift the gaze behind you. 1 more big breath. Good. And then we'll come onto, or return to center, and then come onto our hands and knees. So, grounding the palms, spread the fingers wide, and press through all the knuckle mounds as the hands become your foundation here. Keep especially the index knuckle mound grounded as you turn the biceps to face forward. Feel how that rotation in the arms rolls the shoulders together and down the back. If you don't feel it, turn the inner elbows back and feel what happens in the shoulders. We're always looking to create space in the body. So keep the biceps turning forward as you inhale, drop the abdomen, arch the back, gaze up. Exhale, press down and curl the spine to the ceiling. Continue cat-cow at your own pace. Sync the motions of the body with the breath. Use the breath to deepen the motions of the body, allowing that synchronicity to bring you fully and completely into the present moment, and then move in any way that feels good to you within the confines of the shapes. Remembering that this time on your mat is your time to tune in and listen to your body, to receive the wisdom of your body. And since there's not a teacher physically present with you, it's of the utmost importance that you honor where your body is at today. Again, finding that balance of effort and ease. Yeah. When you're ready, you can tuck your toes, lift your hips high, and press back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal your feet or sway your hips. Move in any way that feels good to you here. Oh. And then find some stillness, making sure the hands as your foundation and the feet are evenly grounded with each other. Outer edge of the feet turn parallel with outer edge of the mat. And as you inhale, lift and spread the fingers and toes. Lift the abdomen towards the spine and lift the hips high. As you exhale, press the thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Let your head hang heavy. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. Finding that pulsation between pressing down to lift up, between drawing the energy in and up, and then extending it back out in all directions. If the hips are tight and the low back rounds, always an option to bend the knees here. With your next inhale, fold forward into your plank pose. With the hips at the height of the shoulders, root your tailbone down. sending energy towards the heels. Lift the abdomen to meet the spine, and lift the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades. Then roll the shoulders down the back and extend through the neck. This lift of the rib cage is very important. With an exhale, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Everything on the ground presses firmly down for a low cobra. Lifting the heart and crown, roll those shoulders together down and in towards the spine. And notice if you're crunching into one part of your neck, drop the chin down a little bit. Have one more big breath. And exhale, seat to heels, come into child's pose. Allow the weight of the hips to settle energetically towards the heels. And from that grounding in the lower body, those equal and opposite forces, we get the leverage to walk the fingertips forward, to breathe length and space into each vertebrae in the spine. We're going to work on the alignment in the shoulders and the engagement in the arms for a moment here. So with your hands as wide as your shoulders, press down into the palms to lift the forearms and the upper arms away from the floor. Pull from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep that index knuckle mound firmly grounded as you turn the biceps to face up, creating space in the neck and throat. As you exhale, soften center of the shoulder blades towards the floor, outer armpits towards the floor. Feel how much work this is and have 3 more deep, long breaths. Remembering this alignment for down dog and for other inversions as well. And then with an inhale, rise, hands and knees. Pause here. With your next inhale, lift the right arm up. Lean back, stack the shoulders, open the heart. Pressing out through the palms to roll both shoulders together down and into the back body. As you exhale, tuck that right arm under the left. Scoot the left fingertips out and gaze up under the left armpit for a twist. Widen that right inner thigh to the right as the equal and opposite force that stabilizes the pelvis. Low abdomen draws up and back, and then lean into the back body. Maybe you want to reach that left hand around for the right hip or thigh bone. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And then with an inhale, return to center. Exhale, pause here. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Lean back to stack the shoulders and open the heart. Press out through the palms to hug the center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale, tuck that left arm under the right. Scoot the right fingertips out. Widening that left hip to the left to neutralize and stabilize the pelvis. Engage the lower abdomen to support the spine. And then exhale, lean back. If you did so on the other side, take that right arm around behind the back towards the left hip or thigh bone. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. Noticing if your neck is getting all jammed up and making adjustments. And then with an inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Again, if your hips are tight, feel free to take a slight bend in the knees, giving you that leverage to inhale and lift the hips high. Exhale, thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Let the head hang heavy. We're going to work on the alignment in the arms again. Pressing down firmly to lift the forearms and the upper arms away from the floor a little bit. So we're not sinking the shoulders down here. Pull from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep that index knuckle mound grounded as you turn the biceps forward. And then take the center of the shoulder blades up and back to the thigh bones. As the thigh bones go up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Low ribs up and back to the thigh bones. 3 more deep, long breaths. To walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Coming into a standing forward bend. Feel free to bend the knees if that feels better to you. Let the abdomen come towards the thighs. Head hangs heavy. Shake it out, yes. And no. Grab opposite elbows and sway. Move in any way that feels good to you to release tension from the back, the shoulders, and the neck. Let it drain out through the crown of the head, making space on the inside. With an inhale, return to center, and exhale, release the arms down. With your next inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides, good. So we're just take a quick minute to check in with our alignment. Because if we're not aligned in the hips and legs, it's really hard to align in the chest, right? So outer edge of the feet parallel with outer edge of the mat. Thigh bones back, stick your booty out a little bit. Keeping the thigh bones back, draw the center of the buttocks into the midline. Feel how that's rooting your energy from the pelvis down to the earth. In this practice, we use these opposite energetic motions to make space and stability and balance in the body. So from that grounding down of the pelvis, we get the leverage to lift the abdomen, lift through the heart, the crown of the head, the tips of the ears. And then we're going to talk about the arms a little bit. This rotation of the arms that we were working on in tabletop and down dog is important every time we lift our arms up. If you stand and turn your palms to face the back of the room, try to lift your arms, you will feel that you can't actually lift them. The shoulder is not designed to work like that. When you turn your palms to face forward, you can inhale and reach the arms up. That same rotation in the arms, but we change directions when we're down here, right? So that's very important that we learn to find that in our down dog and dolphin pose and inversions. Otherwise, we're really straining the shoulder and asking it to do things that it's not supposed to do and that are not sustainable over time. Cool, we're gonna do some sun salutations. With an inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground to palm, step or jump back to plank. Find that lift of the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades. Maintain that as you bend your elbows straight back just to 90 degrees. Maybe you want to use the knees for support. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Biceps forward, center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale, lift the hips high. Return to your breath. Have 5 deep, long breaths. Good, with an inhale, gaze forward. We're gonna step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down. We're gonna add a little back bend to the beginning of our sun salutations. It is of the utmost importance that the tailbone roots down to the heels as we inhale and lift the sternum. Lift the gaze, lean back. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back. Lift the back of the ribs as you lower, bending the elbows just to 90 degrees. Press the top of the feet down. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Return to your breath. Finding that lift from the underside of the pose. Lifting the hips, the abdomen, from the back of the knees, lifting up to the sits bones. And then pressing out in all directions. From the back of the knees, down through the heels, through the hands, to lift the arms and engage the shoulders. Let your crown of your head be heavy. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Again, step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down. Rooting from the tailbone towards the heels. Inhale, lift the sternum. Lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground the palms. Step or jump back and lower. Knees touch chin or chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Shoulders back. Exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Return to the breath. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair pose. Sticking your booty out again to get low, and then drawing the center of the buttocks into the midline to lift the heart. Reach through the fingertips, and then soften the shoulders down the back. Soften the low ribs down and back. One more big inhale, and exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back. Move through a vinyasa as we have been, or come to downward facing dog, if that sounds better for your body. We'll meet in down dog, and with an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one at the top of the breath. Energetically pulling the legs towards each other to bring the hips to face forward. Rooting that tailbone down, lifting the frontal hip bones to initiate that lift through the whole front body. Stretch through the crown of the head and the fingertips. Soften the shoulders down the back. One more big inhale. And exhale, ground the palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog, your choice. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one at the top of the breath. Pulling the legs towards each other energetically to inner rotate that back thigh. Bringing the right hip in line with the left so we can ground down through the tailbone and lift the pelvic triangle. Lift through the fingertips, crown of the head. Exhale, soften the shoulders down away from the ears. One more big inhale. And exhale, release, ground the palms, step back. Come to down dog or child's pose or lower. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Return to down dog or child's pose. Return the awareness to the breath. Cultivate that balance and evenness in the breath. That brings balance and evenness to the heart rate and the speed of the thoughts through the mind. Good. With an inhale, gaze forward, step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back and lower or come to down dog. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. And then exhale, interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, lift the abdomen and the sternum. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Coming down on the inside edge of that front knee for Pranam Virabhadrasana, bowing warrior. The shoulders still draw together and down the back away from the ears. And the crown of the head hangs heavy. And then draw the arms actively towards the front of the mat. Play with bending the elbows a little bit to deepen the stretch. Have one more big breath. And exhale, round the palms, step back. Move through your vinyasa, keeping that lift of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades. Or come to downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, switch out the crossing of the hands behind the back. Root the tailbone down and lift. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Making adjustments to bring the pelvis to balance. And then roll the shoulders down the back away from the ears. Crown of the head hangs heavy. Arms actively draw off the back. Slight bend in the elbows if you want to deepen the stretch. One more deep, long breath. And exhale, release, ground your palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa. Or come to downward dog or child's pose. Wherever you're working, keep your awareness with your breath. The breath provides everything we need. Connects us to all sentient beings, past, present, and future. We can pull and draw up the qualities of the earth through the breath. That strength, stability, and steadiness. Learning to embody it through the practice so we can be that steady and stable for others. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. With an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back. Move through a vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, interlace the hands. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. With an inhale, ground both hands inside your front foot. You might want to widen your front foot out to the outside edge of the mat. You're welcome to stay here for a moment or to lower onto your forearms for lizard pose. Either way, the ribs lift to meet the shoulder blades as we roll the shoulders down the back. With your next exhale, step the right leg back. If you're not on the forearms already, lower onto your forearms, forearm plank. Lift the abdomen, cinch the low ribs and the hip bones together. Hug the upper arms together. Keep the arms parallel like railroad tracks as you inhale. Walk the feet in, lift the hips high. Gazing between the forearms, lifting the abdomen up. Stay right here or inhale and lift the left leg high. Lifting from the inner thigh and the center of the heel. Pressing that right thigh bone back to create balance and evenness. Have one more big breath. And with an exhale, release the leg. Press down into the palms to lift up. Move through a vinyasa or chill in down dog for a couple of breaths. Good work. With an inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, rise. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, ground the palms inside that left foot. Maybe scoot the left foot out to the side. You can stay on your hands or lower onto the forearms, but lifting the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades as you roll the shoulders down the back. One more big breath. And exhale, step the left leg back. Lower onto the forearms if you're not there already. Forearm plank. Shoulders stack over elbows. Hands are parallel like railroad tracks. Low ribs and hip bones cinch together. With an inhale, begin to walk the feet in, lifting the hips high for dolphin pose. Keeping the shoulders over the elbows as you gaze between the arms. You can stay here or inhale and lift the right leg high for a forearm stand prep. Keep lifting from the inner thigh in the center of the heel. Press the left thigh bone back. Have one more big breath. And exhale, release. Ground the palms to lift the elbows. Feel free to move through a vinyasa or to come to down dog or child's pose. Wherever you're working, bring your awareness back to your breath and feel this heat that we've generated in the body through the practice. Ooh. And then breathe it into those places that feel tight and sore and stuck. As you exhale completely, see what you can let go of and release. Good. We will meet back in downward facing dog. And with an inhale, gaze forward, step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply into the legs. Inhale, drop the seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. How's everybody doing? Good. Okay. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Ground your palms, preparing for our crow pose practice. Slight bend in the elbows. Knees come onto the upper arms. The head acts as a counterweight to the pelvis, so you have to lean way forward. Keep the head lifted. Gaze forward. And then hug the arms into the legs. Engage the abdomen and keep lifting the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades. Even if your feet aren't getting off the ground today, as long as you feel the muscles working, you are building strength. Have 3 more breaths wherever you're at, and then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Maybe you want to play with kicking the feet back to chaturanga. Maybe that's not happening yet, and it's all good. With an inhale, lift the right leg high. And this time, bend the knees, stack the hips, open up through the side body plane. The abdomen and that right knee lift up. Left thigh bone presses back. Center of the shoulder blades up and back to the thigh bone. One more big breath. With an inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, step it through between the hands. And this time, rise to warrior 2. Take that deep bend in the front knee, right over the front ankle. Back thigh bone is back, inner rotated slightly. So when both thigh bones press back, the hips fully open in the side body plane. Inhale, pull back, peaceful warrior. Reaching that left arm around behind your back to the hip or thigh bone of the right leg. Shoulders still roll together and down the back. Gaze up, 3 breaths. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Widen the back hip back, cut the front thigh bone back as you stretch long to come down into your triangle pose. Grounding your hand on the floor behind you or on your shin or ankle. Lift the top arm up. That front thigh bone cutting back to the back thigh bone makes space in the lower back. Hug the buttock into the midline. And then re-lengthen space into the spine. Press out through the palms to roll the shoulders back. 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an inhale, rise up. Exhale, take that deep bend in the front knee. Bend it in line with the ankle, ground the fingertips in front of your foot for today. From the tailbone, press through the back heel and the back edge of the back foot. As you reach the left arm over the ear, create one long line of energy through the body. And you're welcome to stay here or take that left arm around behind the back. Maybe even threading the right arm under the right leg and reaching for the left wrist with the right hand. All the alignment stays the same. Pressing from the tailbone through the heel, lift the abdomen, lengthen through the crown, turn the abdomen up and back to stack the shoulders. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And then inhale, hop the back foot in. You can stay bound if you want to challenge, or you can release the hands and ground the fingertips out in front of you, preparing for Ardha Chandrasana. Press down through that right big toe mound as you lift the left leg up. If you're staying bound, you're going to have to gaze and lean to the right a little bit. Stack the hips, open the shoulders, have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, release into a forward fold. Release the bind, let the head hang heavy. Shake out the hips if that feels good to you. And then with an inhale, gaze forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, ground the palms, step or jump back. Move through a vinyasa, or come to down dog or child's pose for a few breaths. Wherever you're working, take a moment to check back in with yourself. Observe the different sensations and the different sides of the body in this moment. We will meet back in downward facing dog. and move to cultivate that balance. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips, open up through the side body plane. Continue to lift the low belly towards the spine and lift the left knee high as you press the right thigh bone back to lengthen that side of the lower back. Press down into the index knuckle mound and take the center of the shoulder blades up and back to the thigh bone. Inhale the legs straight. Exhale, step it through between the hands and inhale, rise. Warrior two. Deep bend in your front knee, right over the ankle. Back thigh bone is moving back in line with the knee and ankle and inner rotating. So as both thigh bones press back, our hips fully open, tailbone roots down, and from that grounding, we inhale and lift up and back into peaceful warrior. Reaching that right hand around behind the back to the hip or thigh bone. Shoulders are still rolling together and down the back as you gaze up. 3 breaths. And with an inhale, straighten your front leg, widen your back thigh back, cut your front thigh bone back, stretch the side bodies long as you come down into your triangle pose. Top arm lifts up. This thigh bone moving back and hugging the center of the buttocks into the midline creates space on this side body. Breathe, lengthen space evenly. Press out through the palms and hug the shoulders together down and into the spine. 3 breaths. With an inhale, rise, and exhale, bend the knee. We're grounding the hand on the inside edge of the front foot. Back thigh bone presses back, and we're grounding from the tailbone through the back heel and the back edge of the back foot. Getting that leverage to stretch the torso in the opposite direction. Feel free to stay here or to reach that right arm around the back, maybe for the left hip. Maybe you want to reach the left arm around and grab the right wrist with the left hand eventually. You're also welcome to listen to your body and not take a bind at this time. But check back in with the alignment. From the tailbone, root to the heel. Inhale, pull the abdomen back and turn it back to the right to stack the shoulders and open the heart. 3 breaths. Feeling free to unbind for half moon pose or to stay bound, hop the back foot in. Maybe you're scooting the fingertips out in front of you. Either way, pressing down through that left big toe mound as you lift the right leg up. Stacking the hips and the shoulders in the side body plane. Standing thigh bone back. 3 deep long breaths. And with an exhale, release. Oh, we're standing forward fold at the front of the mat. Shake out the head. Shake out the hips. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Woo. Good work. Let me check the time because I have both my phone and my computer going. Cool. Inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair pose. Exhale the hands to the heart, twist to the right. Right elbow comes outside the left knee. Draw that left knee back and wide to stabilize the pelvis. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. Lift the sternum to meet the thumbs. 3 more deep, long breaths. Gaze down. Shift the weight to the right foot. Slowly extend the left leg back behind you. You're in a twisted lunge now on the right side. That back thigh bone lifts up and widens to the left to stabilize the pelvis. Lift the abdomen. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. With an inhale, return to center. Ground the left hand inside the right foot. Choose your own adventure. Maybe you want to take yogi toe lock, grounding the left side, the outer edge of the left foot to rise. Maybe you want to just step that right foot back and turn it out a little bit, kickstanding it. Maybe stack the feet or tree pose. Wherever you're working, press down to lift up, roll the shoulders back, have 3 breaths. And with an exhale, release, ground the palms, move through a vinyasa, or come to down dog or child's pose. Don't forget to breathe. Good. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Come to stand. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Good. We only have 1 more side. I'm like sweating to death and kicking my own ass. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So basically this practice trains us to keep a calm and steady mind while going through tremendous challenges. Really good warrior practice, right? At the top of the mat, inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat. Exhale, the hands to the heart, twist to the left. Left elbow comes outside the right knee. Notice how your right knee and hip want to go forward and down. Draw them up and back. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders into the back body. Lift the sternum to meet the thumbs. 3 more deep, long breaths. Shift the gaze down. Shift the weight to the left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg and slowly step back. Twisted lunge on the left side. The back thigh bone lifts up and widens to the right to be that equal and opposite force that stabilizes the pelvis. Lift the abdomen and press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. 3 more breaths. Inhale to center. Exhale, round the right hand inside the left foot and choose your own adventure. Maybe just hopping that left foot back and turning out as you ground the outer edge of the right foot. Maybe there's tree pose, stacking the feet, or yogi toe lock. Press through the palms to roll the shoulders back. 3 breaths. And with an exhale, release. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog or child's pose. Wherever you are, return to your breath and check back in with the quality of your breath at this point in your practice. Notice where in the body you're still holding tension and where some things may have shifted. Observe the speed of the thoughts through the mind in this moment. Good. And then we're going to come and lay on our backs. Bend the knees, round the feet in close to the buttocks. Press the back of the head and shoulders firmly into the floor. And with an inhale, lift the pelvis, the low back, the middle back for Setu Bandha, bridge pose. You might want to interlace your hands behind your back to roll the shoulders under, or just turn the palms to face up and roll the shoulders under as much as you can. The heart is the focal point of this pose. So everything on the ground presses firmly down to lift the heart away from the upper arms. From the heart, we extend through the knees. Feet face forward. The buttocks is soft. And from the heart, we extend through the crown. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, release the hips. Resist the urge to draw the knees into the chest, but you can sway the knees from side to side if that feels good to you. We're gonna do another back bend, and we'll start the same way by lifting the hips. Then I'll talk you through full wheel pose if that's part of your practice and you want to incorporate it. Again, there's absolutely no pressure for you guys to push yourself beyond your limits. Although we have been working on opening the shoulders. Remember, you just gotta listen to your body because I'm not there to see what's happening. Laying on your back, bend the knees, ground the feet in close to the buttocks. Feet face forward. If you want to try full wheel, you're going to ground your fingertips by your ears, fingertips facing towards you. And first, press down into the heels to lift the pelvis, the low back, the middle back. Extend from the heart through the knees. We're not going to crunch into our lower back here. You're welcome to stay right here, or to press down into the palms to lift up. Maybe you want to pause on the crown of the head and adjust your hands. Either way, pressing firmly down to lift the frontal hip bones. Rooting the tailbone down towards the knees still to make that space in the lower back. Have 3 more deep, long breaths wherever you're working. If you feel crunching or pain, come out of it. That's not the point. When you are ready to come down, you can lower under the crown of the head if you'd like first, and then tuck the chin to the chest. Come to lay on the back. Sway the knees from side to side a little bit. And then draw the knees into the chest. And rock gently from side to side to massage the low back. And then rock forward and back to come to balance on the pelvis. You can ground the fingertips behind you if you'd like to really roll the shoulders back and into the spine to open the chest, shins parallel to the earth. You can keep the legs here or you can extend them up. 5 breaths in Navasana, boat pose. Focused on opening the chest. Good. With an exhale, release. We're gonna extend the legs out and then draw the right knee in. You wanna ground the foot in front of the sit bone, so like as wide as your hip. With an inhale, lift the right arm up, and exhale, stretch forward towards the left foot. You might feel a lot of stretching here, and you could stay right here, pressing into the fingertips to roll the shoulders back and draw the heart forward. If you feel pretty good here, you could play with reaching that right arm around around the right leg, and reaching the left fingertips behind the back for a bind. Either way, trying to ground both sits bones down as you lift the abdomen, the heart, the crown, and then exhale, drawing the heart forward, keeping the shoulders back. Have 5 deep, long breaths. And then Once you've had 5 breaths, release the palms and inhale, rise. Switch sides. Drawing the left knee into the chest, grounding the foot as wide as the hip, pressing the whole midline of the right leg down, foot flexed and active. Ground the right fingertips by the hips and inhale, lift the left arm up. The left leg widens out a little bit as you stretch forward towards that right foot. And maybe this is a lot and you stay here. It's not actually about getting a bind or getting your nose to your knee, but it's about listening to your body and utilizing the breath. If you took the bind on the other side, maybe you want to do that. We try to do the same shape on both sides for balance. Wherever you're working though, the sits bones ground, lift abdomen, heart and crown. Exhale, folding forward, drawing the heart out towards the foot, keeping the shoulders back. Be with your breath. Allow it to work the magic of expanding you past the edge of the shape as you inhale and softening you more deeply into the stretch as you exhale. So through each breath, we experience a tiny transformation. Put them all together over time, and real changes take place. Once you've had 5 breaths, you can inhale and rise. Extend both legs out in front of you. Ground down through the sits bones to lift and lengthen through the crown. If the pelvis is tilted back, you might want to sit up on a block or a blanket or a pillow or something that lets you get that lift in the pelvis. Because when we forward fold, we want to be hinging at the hips, not like rounding into the lower back, right? We're going to end with forward folds and the shoulder stand for bringing the energy in and down and immune boosting. So inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Keeping the heart open even as we fold. 10 deep, long breaths. You're welcome to just like touch the floor by your shins, to ground the forearms by your shins, or to reach for one wrist with the other hand behind your feet to deepen the stretch. With an inhale, rise. Observing how the forward folds are calming for the nervous system. We'll finish up with a shoulder stand practice. And if you have a neck injury, I would not necessarily recommend doing this today. If you have a neck injury, you could just grab a chair and place your legs up on the chair, or you could place your legs up the wall and receive some of the benefits of inverting. If you want to do a shoulder stand practice, I'm going to be really explicit with you. I'll tell you how to get into it and set up. Do not turn your head while you're in shoulder stand to look at what I'm doing. There's weight bearing on the head and neck. That is not safe. So if you want to watch me first, feel free. If you know what you're doing, go ahead and do it. But I just like to be very specific about this posture. It is so beneficial for the immune system because it milks the lymph glands, but it's also potentially dangerous if you're distracted and trying to look around at what I'm doing or other people are doing. So, coming into shoulder stand, it's like bridge pose. We press the back of the head and the shoulders firmly into the floor. They become your foundation. Don't turn your head. You should be able to place your hand under the cervical curve of the neck, and there should be space there that we're going to maintain throughout the practice. You can grab the mat by your hips or just ground your fingertips by your hips, pulling on the mat or pressing down with the fingertips to flip the feet up and overhead. When the feet touch the floor, you're in plow pose. You can interlace the hands behind your back to roll your shoulders under. The more we can get the shoulders under and the elbows in, the more the arms can support us. Release the hands and bring the hands onto the lower back. You're welcome to keep your feet grounded in plow pose, still lifting the thigh bones up to lengthen the lower back. You're also welcome to play with lifting one leg at a time and coming all the way up into your shoulder stand. Making sure that the chin is lifted off the chest so you can breathe a little bit. Pressing up through the heels and then the balls of the feet. Hug the center of the buttocks into the midline. So it's not a pike shape with your booty sticking out and your hands resting on your butt. The same alignment we've been working, just with the chin tucked down a little bit. Have 10 more breaths here if you can. Remembering that you're also welcome to come out of any of the shapes at any time. If your body is like, I'm fucking done with this. I'm gonna just let you know how to get out of it safely. So if you do wanna come down, lower the feet down behind the head. Release the arms. Maybe have a few breaths here in plow. Maybe bend the knees in by the ears. When you are ready, you're rolling out vertebrae by vertebrae. When the legs are perpendicular to the floor, engage your core and lower them all the way down. And if you're still up in shoulder stand, that's awesome. Have your however many breaths, and when you're ready, roll on out. Everybody coming down, okay. So yeah, engaging the core, drawing the belly button towards the spine as you lower the legs to the mat. And then with your arms by your sides, you're gonna rise up onto your forearms. I'm kind of tucking my thumbs like under the booty, hugging the elbows in close behind me, pressing down with the forearms and hands to lift the sternum up, and then sliding back to bring the crown of the head to the floor for fish pose, the counter pose to shoulder stand. You are welcome to stay right here, or to lift the arms in prayer above the heart, or to lift the legs in the Navasana. Wherever you are, have 5 more deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, round the forearms and lift the head. Lower the head back down to the mat. You're welcome to be in Shavasana right now, or to take any final poses your body may be suggesting that it would like. Maybe there's a gentle twist or a happy baby. Move in any way that feels good to you. And when you are ready, find Shavasana, the most important pose of the practice. The feet are as wide as the hips and they fall open. If that causes discomfort in the lower back, you can always place your legs up on a chair like I suggested earlier. That's literally my favorite thing. Or just take the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees fall together. Palms rest facing up at like a 30-degree angle from the body. Return the awareness to the breath. Allow it to be so deep and so long that it touches down into the bottoms of the feet and the tips of the toes. And as you exhale completely, any residual tension, anxiety, self-doubt leaves the body with the breath through the fingertips. So through this practice, we clear out old stagnant energy, ideas, and make space for new, spontaneous, creative possibilities to come into our awareness. We'll stay in Shavasana together for a few minutes, and then we'll have an opportunity to chat and say goodbye at the end. Take this moment to savor any insights you've received, any nonsense you were able to release from the body or mind through the practice today. And begin to intentionally deepen your inhales. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently sway the head. With an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw the knees into the chest. And exhale, roll to the right side body. Press down with the palms to lift up. Return to a comfortable seated position. Keep the eyes closed for just another moment. Check back in. Observe the quality of the breath after the practice. Notice where in your body you're still holding tension, where things may have shifted, where there is new awareness. Observe the speed of the thoughts through the mind in this moment. And then bring the awareness back and anchor it fully on the breath. We will seal our collective efforts with a single Om, allowing the low body to be heavy and ground you down. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head and the tips of the ears. As you exhale, roll the shoulders together down and into the back body. Lean gently back to stack the vertebrae. Align this internal antenna within us that connects us to all things. Inhale deeply to prepare. Bring the hands to the heart and bow the head in gratitude for the tools of this practice that teach us how to pay attention, make adjustments, and return to balance. Thank y'all so much for being here. My glasses, I can't see. How's everybody doing? Yay. Take care. I'll see you soon.
Tyler,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
First off, thank you. That was so great.
Thank you.
That was so amazing. Yeah, definitely needed it. But yeah, I have some questions about yoga. If you would want to talk on the phone, or I guess this, but
Yeah, I have some things to do right now, but I could give you a call like later today or tomorrow. I'm like pretty free during the day.
totally, I'm free all day. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll text you later about what time would be good.
Okay.
Sound good?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Happy birthday.